Good afternoon, everyone. This is Mike Efferson, going to do the briefing for today. There's not a whole lot to talk about, so it's only, I think I have 4 or 5 slides. So kind of looking into the next week or so, potential for heat impacts, that's probably the biggest story of anything. Rain chances at summertime, very typical, daily rain chances. And but the good news is that the tropics are quiet. So when it comes to the 7-day outlook, I did have to re-email everybody because I had missed updating the time and dates. I mean the dates on these. But regardless, yeah, we got low chance for that, or limited for lightning and heavy rain. So that's just going to be that. Every now and then you have a thunderstorm with a lot of lightning or some isolated heavy rainfall. So that's why those are highlighted in that color. And for the heat, as you can see, we get into the weekend, or latter part of the weekend into early next week is when we expect to see those heat indices coming up, which I'll cover that in a slide coming up in just a minute. So when kind of coming to current radar, this may be an actual older image, but regardless, it just kind of generally want to show you that we've got scatter storms out there, rain chances anywhere from 50 to 80% every single day for at least another week and a half, maybe longer than that. That could be days on the lower side of that. But regardless, lightning, localized street flooding, and gusty winds, that's the main thing we're seeing the last week or so. And then I expect to see over the next week and a half. Mostly sub-severe, so 30, 40 mile per hour wind gusts. But, it's possible to get a 1 or 2 storms every other day or so that may have at least some gusty winds that do some minor damage, but nothing significant out of the next week. But big story, as I was mentioning, heat risk. So I just picked a heat risk map. It really didn't matter which day once you went beyond Sunday. So what we're looking at from now through basically Saturday, those heat indices are in that 100 to 105 degree range. So plenty warm, typical for summer, but still on the warmer side. As we go into Sunday, into Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, that's where our forecast is calling for 105 to 112. So that's pretty solidly in the heat advisor category for some locations. So I would not be surprised to see a heat advisory issued Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, that time frame, somewhere in there, if not all of those days. And just be on the lookout for that excessive heat warning, or at least a watch. So anything over 112 is where that value comes in there for heat indices, and we're going to be getting pretty close on some days. The big thing is that the overnight lows aren't going to be very cool, especially like around water areas going into next week. I was seeing lows 79, 80 degrees. And if you're right there on the coast, it could be low 80s. I don't live too far from the coast myself, and sometimes you wake up and it's 81, 82, 83 degrees. It's super hot. So we're not in August, but definitely pretty warm. So anyways, that's our big thing, is the heat coming up the next several days. Tropical weather outlook, because it's tropical season, but good news, it's all quiet. I don't see anything even the next 7 days or beyond that. You go into a lot of land, that could be some stuff possibly showing up on models, but nothing we've seen is anything to be concerned with at this point. And that's all I've got. So I'm gonna go ahead and stop the recording and let y'all ask any questions if you have it.